Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we are currently in the state of Louisiana. We're in the city of New Orleans. We're going to be doing a driving tour of New Orleans, Louisiana's downtown. We're in the downtown area. We're going to see what it looks like. We're going to explore, drive around, get an idea of the environment. It is currently 54 degrees. We're passing South Claiborne Ave. We're going under what appears to be an underpass of maybe a highway or something like that. Look on my left-hand side. It says, "Welcome to downtown New Orleans." It says "Welcome to New Orleans," but I saw the downtown right below it. We got palm trees on my left-hand side. We got a giant complex, like a dome on my right-hand side. Caesar Superdome. Check out the palm trees on my left. That's pretty cool, right? And then look at it's some sort of tubes that they got propped up next to them, I guess for design purposes. It seems like they say things. They have phrases on it. We're passing South Robertson. We're now approaching LaSalle. LaSalle. The sun is out, nice and bright. Seems to be clear skies. We got cops up top in front of us. We're on a 3-lane street. We got a gentleman crossing the street in business attire. Looks like he's probably on his way to work. It's amazing they have the palm trees in the downtown district, because upon driving into Louisiana on the highway coming from Mississippi, it was like wasteland, like desolate wasteland. It was like a lot of high waters, high swamps, homes on water, and it was a lot of dead trees. We're passing South Liberty. We just went over a huge bump. We got the New Orleans Parish Sheriff on our right-hand side. Check out these tall buildings in front of us. On my right, we got a Dave & Buster's. On my left-hand side, up above, you'll see a First Bank and Trust building. It's a pretty tall building. You got an AT&T building also. Check out the Snoop Dogg display on my right. You see it? Drive-through comedy, Raising Cane's. They had a Snoop Dogg digital display. Passing O'Keefe Ave. We got tall palm trees on my right-hand side. We got more palm trees on my left-hand side with like a golden statue. We're next to Le Pavilion on our left. We're at Baronne. We're gonna treat this yellow light as a stop sign. Slow down, go through it. It's a blinking yellow light. So this whole entire time we have been driving on Poydras Street. We're on Poydras. Poydras. We're now at Carondelet and Poydras. Carondelet. So as we're doing this tour, I'm going to relay a little bit of educational information that you can find on the World Wide Web. I'm going to relay it via Google and or Wikipedia. You guys can feel free to learn more about New Orleans yourself. This is my first time here to the city, so I'm also going to be giving you guys just a natural reaction on what I see around me. Look at that statue on my left. That was cool. That was like an interesting plant, but it was made out of like metal. All right, we're passing St. Charles. We got Poydras Center on my right hand side. I see the Le Méridien building. It's all glass in front of us on my left-hand side. We are passing camp. We'll take this down like another 4 or so blocks and then turn. They got a lot of little statues in the center aisle of Poydras. We passed several plus statues on my left-hand side. That's in the, you see that grassy area, that grassy terrace area with the trees and stuff? They have statues strategically placed on the center island. We got some hard hat workers on my right-hand side or just street workers. We're next to the Accruent Regions Connect Hub Co-working and Irwin Fritchie Urquhart and More Center on our right. It's the Poydras Towers, several businesses in that tower. We're passing Magazine Street. We got Hotel Fontenot on my right-hand side of New Orleans. We just passed Churchillapolis, something like that. It was a tough name. We're passing the Lowe's building. I believe it's a hotel, Lowe's Hotel. We're passing St. Peter's. We got another variation of beautiful palm trees on my left-hand side. Short ones, tall ones. Let's make this right-hand turn. Remember I told you guys that I was gonna turn? Let's get off of the main street. We're turning off of Poydras. We're now on Convention Center Boulevard. All right, we got parking for Harrah's on my right-hand side. I believe Harrah's is a casino, right? Is it a casino? We got the Grand Isle on my right-hand side. We're approaching Lafayette. On my left-hand side, we got the Hilton. We're gonna slow down here just so I can catch up on the environment. We got giant flower pots on my right-hand side. And on our left, in the center aisle of the street, we have some sparkly bricks with like a glitter flake in it. So when the sun hits it, you can see a sparkle. On my right-hand side, the sidewalks have red bricks. We're at Girard, but not spelled like Philadelphia is Girard. Girard and the Convention Center Boulevard. All right, we're gonna allow this vehicle to go. That's the Cedaner elevator vehicle. We had a couple on my right-hand side walking early in the morning with a box of pizza. On my left-hand side, we got the outlet collection of Riverwalk. It looks like they have, let me see, Nordstrom Rack, Coach by Tommy Hilfiger, Lost Outlet, Guess, Johnston & Murphy, Fossil, and many more brands. That looks like it could be some sort of mall where they go shopping at. All right, we just turned on Notre Dame. So this is one of the back blocks. As we're in the back block, we'll take advantage of the slow pace speed and relay some information. One thing I noticed is this street, as well as many of them, don't have clear signage. There's not much signage that acknowledges the street name that we're on. So for example, let me look. We got one right here, St. Peter's and Notre Dame. When we was on the main road, there wasn't much signage. We got the Mercantile Hotel on my right-hand side. All right, so let's go a little further. Crossing over St. Peter's, just be careful. So we're on one of the back blocks. New Orleans is a Louisiana city on the Mississippi River near the Gulf of Mexico, nicknamed the Big Easy. It's known for its round-the-clock nightlife, vibrant music scene, and spicy, singular cuisine, reflecting its history as a melting pot of French, African, and American cultures. All right, let's see if there's any street signs here. See, we're at an intersection and there's absolutely, I don't see any street signs. Oh, it's all the way on the far right. Oh, whoa, you see it on that pole, that thing. So this is Ticapalitis or something, and Notre Dame. That's an interesting name. I'm sorry, that was a horrible attempt at pronunciating. And then I got vehicles behind me. I'm gonna allow them to go because everybody in the city tends to want to move fast pace, and they didn't give me an opportunity enough so I can actually that she's going to this garage. So she was in a rush to go into the garage. He was gonna get there. We got the Nouvelle-Orléans Artworks building directly in front of us. You see it in brick. Got a nice design on it. We got a nice orange building on my left. You see the second story porch, and then they got like a rooftop deck. That looks pretty cool. All right, let's make this left-hand turn. Let's see if there's a street sign around here. All right, this is an example. This corner, I'm looking at all four corners. There's no street sign. All right, let's make this left-hand turn. Be careful here. I want to merge into traffic. All right. All right, we're approaching Julia. I really don't want to go up Julia without touching the left side of Julia. So maybe we should go straight. On the next block, we can make a left, and then come back down the Convention Boulevard. So we can do the whole entire Julia rather than passing through half of Julia. We got a parking garage on my left-hand side. We got some graffiti. I've been seeing the artwork. See the artwork? I don't know if you can see it. We got an interesting structure up top on my right-hand side. We just passed the Flamingo, a go-go. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn. We just came off a magazine. We're now on St. Joseph. So New Orleans is at an elevation of 6.52 feet. Now that doesn't sound high. 6.52 or 562 feet. Elevation 6.562 feet. That seems relatively low compared to most of the other areas that we've been in. All right, you see this building on my left-hand side? It has the double deck. It's called La Boca. Beautiful building. I like the awning. You can walk under it. We're at St. Peter's and St. Joseph. We got Deep South Studios on my right-hand side. We're gonna be approaching Convention Center Boulevard shortly. And then we're gonna make a left-hand turn so we can do the whole entire block of Julia. We just passed Fulton. So the mayor is Latoya Cantrell. The area code here is 504. The population as of the year 2019, based on the United States Census, we're making a left-hand turn at Convention Center. Based on the United States Census was 390,845 people. We got a New Orleans pigeon in the street. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn coming up on Julia. On my right-hand side, I see a large mural with whales and dolphins and birds. And then I see a giant Christmas tree in the front of the Outlet Collection Riverwalk. Looks like they got a parking lot on my right. On my left-hand side, they have the world-famous Mulate's, the original Cajun restaurant. We're still waiting on this turn signal to turn left. you can admire the skyline. You can see the tall buildings. Let's make this left-hand turn on Julia whenever it turns green. We're still waiting for this to turn green. We got a red arrow turning left. We got a Cajun market on my left-hand side, mini mart, liquor, groceries, luggage, and souvenirs. So they got souvenirs right here on the Boulevard. So New Orleans has several plus nicknames. We'll go over a few of them. The Big Easy, no one is quite sure exactly why New Orleans was nicknamed the Big Easy. Crescent City, birthplace of jazz, city that care forgot, the Hollywood South, ɔːrlənz, or Nouvelle-Orléans, I guess, Crawfish Town, the Paris of the South. That's very interesting that they came up with those names. It seems like this light is gonna be red forever. I felt like we've been here for quite some time. It went green again, but it's never gonna turn green so I'm just gonna make a left. I'm gonna defy the odds and make a left because it doesn't seem like it's ever going to turn green. We literally waited here through 2 greens for the other lane, but we never got a chance to get our own green. We got an awesome mural right there in front of us. We're on Julia Street. We got Galano on our left. Check out that mural. They got like alligators, birds, tigers, or a cheetah, a turtle. I see a bunch of things. All right, so I'm gonna cross. Passing Julia Street Bar and Grill on my right-hand side. Passing Commerce, right at the intersection of Julia and Commerce. Le Mux, we're in the Arts District. Passing Populous. That's a crazy name, y'all. It's like TCHAUPOLITAS, something like that. We got a rich blue building on my right, rich and opaque color. We got a red building on my right. On our left, we got some tan buildings with green shutters. And the shutters are functional. Those shutters on my left-hand side, on top of that garage, they're functional shutters. We got a business on my left, New Orleans, Louisiana. Seafood grill is called Pitch. Unless it's peach or peach. Peach. Passing Magazine, we're at Julia Magazine. We came down Magazine earlier. You remember when we came down, we didn't want to go through Julia halfway. We got an outdoor eatery on my right-hand side called Cormo Cafe, a tropical cafe and bar. We got a Firestone business on our left. We're passing Camp Street. We have a family on my right taking a walk. We got some brick buildings on my left-hand side, tall windows. The shutters on the first floor are closed. That's cool, you see? That's the benefits of having working shutters. If you want to close them, you can close them. We got the True Food Kitchen on our left. Pizzeria Slices on our left-hand side. So the block that we just passed was St. Charles Ave, and we're about to pass Carondelet. We're passing Carondelet in Julia right now. We got parking garage on my right. We got a tall building on my left. You see it? I see a Triumph motorcycle business across the street on my right hand side. We just passed Perron to the motorcycle shop on my right. Professional sports shop on my left. Shimano headquarters. Shimano, to my knowledge, is a brand of a bicycle component, like derailleurs, which is what you use to shift gears on your mountain bike or road bike, things like that. We're at Julia and O'Keefe. Make note that you could pronounce Julia as Julia too, if you want to say it with a Spanish accent or a Spanish way of saying it. Julia and Julia. All right, ʻɔːrlənz. There's another restaurant on my right hand side. They have a lot of very interesting names down here. I guess since it has, what did it say, like French influence, because they got a neighborhood over here called the French Quarters. I guess that's where a lot of these names came from, and that's probably me pronouncing them wrong. They probably have like a proper pronunciation to like say it correctly, but I'm sorry for my mispronunciation. We're gonna make a left just because I'm gonna do this bottom area before we go towards the other area. Let's make this left-hand turn. We can go straight or we can make a left. Let's make a left over here. We got Amtrak's on my right-hand side. The Union Passenger Terminal. So if you want to ride Amtrak's. Now, make note, when we were driving over here from Mississippi, the Amtrak's, the track itself looked like it was over water. The highway was over water. Passing Crescent City Towers on our left. We're passing Dryades. On my right hand side we have the, I believe, 6W DSU tower. You can see it. I don't know if that's like a radio station or a channel. Nouvelle-Orléans is a consolidated city-parish along the Mississippi River in the southeastern region of the United States of Louisiana. With a tabulated population of 383,997 in the year 2020, so I guess they updated it, it's the most populous city in Louisiana. Let's be careful here. Yeah, that's a TV station on my right. They have a vegan-friendly restaurant called G's on my left-hand side. We got the Museum of Southern Jewish Experience on our right. We're going to be approaching this very interesting structure. Passing Carondelet. We have an Exxon gas station on my right-hand side. And we have this huge structure directly in front of us. We're now at St. Charles Ave. Let's see if we can go around the structure. Gas is $3.19 per gallon for regular here. I'm gonna try to get close to that structure if possible. We're on Andrew Higgins Drive. We got a monument in the center of this park on my left-hand side. Let's make this right on Andrew Higgins. We got the Ogden Museum of Southern Art on my left-hand side. Ogden Museum of Southern Art. Has some large brown stones. We got the Taylor Education Center on my right-hand side. Contemporary Art Center on our left. I see a large mural that says Justice. We got a war mural, we have a war memorial on my right hand side. And we're passing the World War II National Museum. Wow, the National World War II Museum. You see the overpass above us? So these are people who are coming to visit it. We got a gentleman on my right sweeping. We're at Magazine and Andrew Higgins Boulevard. We got the Higgins Hotel and Conference Center on our right hand side in front of us. On our left hand side, we have a shop called Soda Shop at the National World War II Museum. We had some guys doing some landscaping, planting flowers and whatnot. We got the Woodward White building on my left hand side. It boasts the best view of the city of New Orleans. It has loft apartments. If you guys want to move here, you can check out the Woodward lofts. And we got a bunch of dumpsters. This must be like the rear entrance to some of these businesses. They got the Ugly Dog Salon and Barbecue. We got the Boland Marine Industrial Business on our right. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn. I'm gonna get off of this road right here. Every block I tend to get in front of an impatient driver who beeps at me. I've noticed that amongst most big cities. You know, I come from Philly, so we got the same thing. We're at Annunciation and Boulevard Street. I'm gonna make this right on Boulevard. In Philly, they do the same thing. They beep at you. Like, you take forever, they beep at you. They're impatient. And then I started to learn, upon going through many big cities, Charlotte, Charleston, Savannah, you know, Miami, you know, you got a lot of other big cities out there. And everyone in the city seems to be in a rush. The most calm people that I come across in a motor vehicle are in like open environments. I guess the country environments, the suburbs and things like that. Those are some of, I'm not gonna write them off as not being impatient, but they're some of the most understanding people when it comes to operating a motor vehicle. They don't like rush. They like give you the right of way. They tell you, oh, it's okay, that you can go. They don't tell you literally, but they give you the flag. Like, they flag you to go, and they're patient. When you come to the city, everybody beep, 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 beep. Move out my way, beep. They rev around you. They fly around you. Like, relax. If you left on time today, you wouldn't be running late. That's the Stage Door Canteen, the American sector directly in front of us. Can we go straight? Yeah, I think we could go straight. I'm gonna go straight. Wow, these back blocks are kind of rough. So y'all can see that structure. You see that structure right here in front of us? American Sector Restaurant and Bar. BB's Stage Door Canteen. Wow, look at that structure. That structure looks weird. It looks like a giant paper plane. That's a one-way. We gotta go left. We got two gentlemen outside. They are collecting chairs, are they? Yeah, it looks like they're collecting chairs. We got the Hall of Democracy on our left-hand side. When we turn, you're gonna see it on your right-hand side. And you got this interesting little vinyl-sided building right here, smushed in between. You see this building on my right-hand side? It has like a canary yellow vinyl siding. It looks like a regular building just left in the middle of the city. Those are the people that didn't want to move. By all means, they were not going to move, and they allowed the city to build around them. It looks like we have a homeless encampment on my left-hand side. We have tents, and we have tents on my right-hand side also. Yeah, we got a bunch of tents over here under the highway. There's literally like a few little communities here of homemade tents. Alright, so I think we veered off a track a little bit. I want to stay near the downtown area, so I'm going to make this right on, what's this? Irado? I'm going to make this right-hand turn. Looks like we got a little cafe on my left-hand side. Plenty of cafes around here. Be a loud, unapologetic voice against racism and violence, etc., etc. So we're on a cobblestone and brick road. We got cobblestones in the center surrounding the tracks. We got bricks on the parking slots. We got a beautiful church in front of us. There was a giant turbine on the right in front of the garage. I think I'm gonna make this right on Camp. I'm gonna take Camp straight out because I believe Camp goes through the heart of the city. I'm gonna make Camp our point of interest. We're gonna make a right on Camp, and then we're just gonna go straight up till we see more of those tall city buildings. Courtyard Brewery, Louisiana, New Orleans. So we just left like the Lower Garden District. Lower Garden District is behind us on our right hand side. On our left hand side, we got something called the Faubourg Lafayette District. We were in the Warehouse District. So you got the Mississippi River right behind us. The Mississippi River runs through New Orleans. We got those tents on my right. We got another sign on my right that reads, "Welcome to New Orleans downtown." All right, we got a green light. We got the U.S. Park Ranger on our left-hand side. We got that beautiful mural on my right-hand side that says Justice. Ogden Museum of Southern Art on our left. We got rental bikes on my right called the Blue Bikes. We're passing St. Joseph. Got some nice looking buildings on my right. They have cement siding, but it looks cool. Look at this building on my right with the 3-story porch. I like that. I like the ones with the 2nd story, 3-story porches. I like that. You see how these on the corner, they have like the 2nd story porch. I don't think they actually get used. They're probably more or less for looks nowadays. Maybe one time in their history, they probably were used, but I don't think they get used as often anymore. So this isn't even really, like, based on who you talk to, this might not be called the downtown area, even though that sign did say downtown. Some people classify it as the Central Business District of New Orleans. So when you got off the highway on the way over here, or when we got off the highway on the way over here, it did say Central Business District. Look at that 3 sets of porches on my right. I like that. And then the detail, like in the fence work and everything, it's cool. See, there's 2nd floor porches everywhere. There's 2nd floor porches. That looks cool. We just passed Girard. We're passing Cape DeVille. We have John Minor Wisdom, United States Court of Appeals. That's what we passed on our right-hand side. We're approaching a pretty cool large mural that says "Jazz It Up" with the Cedaner Queen and Crescent Hotel. Shows somebody playing some sort of flute. A New Orleans tradition since 1889. All right, we're passing Poydras. This is that main road that we started off in the beginning. We got some graffiti on my right hidden in the heart of the city. You see it? They got to throw up. Check out these buildings on my right. 1, 2, 3, 4 stories. Look at the detail. 3 windows wide. Oh man, I wish I could even go slower, but there's cars behind me. Nice buildings. They have that row home style, but they're larger. They're taller. They're wider. And then just the materials that they use for the front to finish it off. It looks cool. We're at Camp and Gravier. I want to make a complete stop here. There's a stop sign there. I guess the light's messed up. We got the Laurel Oak Southern Brasserie on our right. Look at that parking garage. That parking garage looks interesting on our right. You see how they got the poles and everything? I see something called the Palace Cafe directly in front of us. We're passing Common. We're at Camp and Common. We can make a right or we can go left. I'm thinking of going left. Now, New Orleans, downtown New Orleans is big. We're not gonna be able to do the whole entire downtown New Orleans today. I'm just trying to plant the seed and show you guys what it looks like. Intrigue your curiosity. We're passing Canal. Check this out. We got Jazz City Spirits, Gifts, and Luggage. That's a wine company. Look at, we got several businesses on my right, including but not limited to Sunglass Shop. They got Popeye's Louisiana chicken, and you know we're in Louisiana, so I wonder if it tastes any different, right? We got the Voodoo Market on my right. Yeah, isn't Louisiana also known for like voodoo or something? We got vape, tobacco, smoke some. We got the Culture Apparel smoke shop also on our right. We got a bunch of businesses on our left too. This looks like a nice little ritzy avenue. Looks like a really nice, vibrant avenue. We have Royal and Canal. Tourism information on my right. Free maps, streetcar passes, pizza, wings, Willie's Chicken, snack, daiquiris, cold beer, a McDonald's that doesn't even look like a traditional McDonald's, New Orleans Gift Center, Astor Hotel, CVS, True Religion, passing Bourbon, passing Walgreens, the Hyatt Centric, Standard Athletic Company, IHOP Restaurant. Their IHOP has a fancy sign. Look at this Walgreens on the corner. Wow, that Walgreens on my left-hand side. We're capturing some behind the scenes for the Tune Be Chillin' YouTube channel, so if there's some things that you can't see, you can subscribe to Tune Be Chillin'. But there's a Walgreens on my left with some very cool neon, I would say, letters that line the front of the building and pretty much say Walgreens Drugs, Photos, and Cosmetics, but they're old style. It's like the neon lights from back in the day. It looks real cool. I could imagine at night it probably lights up. Maybe this avenue is probably a really lit avenue at night. We got Mexican Grill and Daiquiris on our right, Teo Spa on our right, some tall palm trees on our right. You got a variation of tall ones and short ones. Look at the street light poles. The street light poles look fancy. They have some nice architecture, nice detail. We're passing the Ritz-Carlton on our right. A lot of smoke shops. Passing Burgundy. Yeah, there's a lot of folk. There's even another Voodoo Mart. So yeah, Louisiana got something going on when it comes to voodoo. We're at North Rampart. North Rampart and Canal. We got a theater on my right-hand side. It's called the Cedaner Theater, I guess. Yeah, it looks beautiful though. It's really big. It's like the old style theater, but it's on the side of a huge building. We're capturing the behind the scenes, so if you're frustrated because you can't see, make sure you subscribe to Tune Be Chillin'. TOONBECHILLIN. That's where we put the behind the scenes vlog showing you guys what we are going through on this 48 state cross country journey and trying to give you better vantage points as we're driving through some of these cities and neighborhoods. We're passing North Rampart. We got another, oh, this is the Cedaner Theater right here. So that thing wraps all the way around. Wow, that was cool. On our right. And we got another theater on our left, Basin. We're passing Basin. It's called Joy. You see it on my left-hand side? Joy, it was huge. looks like it's still probably in service. We got a trolley on my left-hand side. Check it out. Is it functioning or is it just at a standstill? We're passing Treem. We got one that's actually moving on our left. You see it? We got a subway on our right. But this trolley on our left is actually moving still. We got a street cleaner. We got the New Orleans Bio Innovation Center on my right-hand side. We're at Marias and Canal. We're gonna pass Marias. I think we're gonna make a left and probably come right back up this avenue on the opposite side so you guys can see what the other side looked like, because there was a lot of things that I'm sure you guys couldn't actually take in. So we're gonna make this left-hand turn. We're gonna make a U-turn basically. We're gonna cross over these trolley tracks. And you make sure no trolleys are coming. And now pretty much we're gonna see the same thing, just coming the opposite way. And you can see the other side of the street, you know what I mean? We got the Jung on my right hand side. It's called the Jung Hotel. J-U-N-G, Jung. Look at, they got Christmas wreaths up on the poles. We're at LaSalle. So New Orleans is considered an economic and commercial hub for the broader Gulf East region of the United States. See the trolleys on my left-hand side? That's decent. I guess this is where you dock. They also have a French Quarter's escape room. I just saw the advertisement on the trolley. We're passing South Liberty. You see, you get a better look at the Joy Theater on my right. You see, it says Joy really big. We're passing Elk Place. Elk Place on my right and Basin on my left. We have police and sheriff on my right hand side at the intersection. Slow down right here at South Rampart. We got the Big Easy Tattoo on my right hand side. Looks like a tattoo parlor. So as far as the area and the land goes, they have in the city of New Orleans, well, let's see if we're gonna talk about, this is New Orleans land. They have 169.42 square miles of land, and then they have 180.43 square miles of water. So remember earlier I was talking about driving on the highway, there was tons and tons of water around it. There was two ways to get to New Orleans. You could have went through on the right way. If you look at the map, it's hard to explain, but if you're looking from coming down from Mississippi, if you're driving and you're coming from Mississippi, I guess if you're looking at it from a computer, you're looking at the opposite way. There's a giant circle of water coming to New Orleans. There was a little skinny, teeny highway that had a 32-mile bridge that you would just be driving with nothing but water on your left and your right. And then they had another double, like, side-by-side highway. We're passing Roosevelt Way, which also had water, but it also had like swamplands and like desolate. It looked like, to be completely honest with you, it was a very, very depressing, dark, gloomy drive on that highway that went straight through from Mississippi to Louisiana, because it was like the trees, it looked like a wasteland almost. If I can describe it, it looked like a wasteland. The trees were bare, the trees were naked, they were broken. There was a lot of houses that was on the water. The roofs was falling in. The houses, the backyard was water, like literally water. Like you gotta have a boat or something to like get to those houses. But that makes sense that they have damn near, look at 180 square miles of water, 169 square miles of land. They got more water surrounding here than they got land. So it's incredible. On our right, we got the Magnolia Wine Company. We're right next to that Walgreens. We got Boost Mobile on my right hand side. We're passing Karen Delet. We got a kid's Foot Locker on my right hand side and an adult Foot Locker. Passing Denali. We're approaching St. Charles. We got Rubenstein's on my right hand side. It looks like they sell clothes. We have a couple sets of pedestrians crossing the street. So we're on St. Charles. We actually came up from St. Charles. We were on our right hand side. We came up, we made a left, we made a left. So we're gonna go past St. Charles and see what it looks like. So New Orleans was founded in 1718, named for Philip II, Duke of New Orleans. So I guess Philip II, Duke of New Orleans. He was born in 1674. He passed away in 1723. The area code here is 504. So if you get a phone call from a 504 number, you know that it's a New Orleans caller. Thank me later. Jazz City. Actually, we came up from camp. Now I remember. We didn't come up from the last block. We came up from camp. Because I remember that Jazz City wine, spirits, and gift spot. Creole cuisine and unique dialects, and its annual celebrations and festivals, most notably the Mardi Gras. The historic heart of the city is the French Quarter, known for its French and Spanish Creole architecture and vibrant nightlife along Bourbon Street. The city has been described as the most unique in the United States, owing in large part to its cross-culture and multilingual heritage. Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street. Let's see if we can get to Bourbon Street. Alright, we're 4 minutes away from Bourbon Street, so let's see what Bourbon Street looks like. The dude on my right had a ton of cases of Fiji water. Yo, should have snatched this Fiji and been out, right? Fiji for everybody! Say nah. Alright, we're at that weird street name. I'm sure I could look up how you pronounce it, but we're not gonna do that right now. We got a souvenir shop on my right hand side. And pain and cold medicine. So how do you say this name? I'm so intrigued by it. Maybe that's one of those French names or Creole names or whatever you want to call it. So we're right up the block from Bourbon Street, so we're gonna see what Bourbon's about. Let's merge to the left lane. We're now passing St. Peter's. I'm gonna merge to the left lane. The shop's at Canal on my left hand side. We got Harrods on my right hand side. They're doing a lot of street work over here. So I'm gonna try to make a U-turn here because we're relatively close to Bourbon. Stop right here at the stop sign. Yeah, we're 4 minutes away, so We'll be at Bourbon shortly, at least so y'all can check out Bourbon. Yeah, it's a big city. Definitely need more time than an hour, but if you're new to the channel, we're just passing through. We're passing by. This is on the way to where we're going on our journey. We're traveling across the country. And I figured it'd be nice to stop by here. I definitely want to do a walking tour of this area, so stay tuned if you want to see what the walking tour looks like. Make sure to subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you get notified when the walking tour is released. All right, we got a green light. He was about to jump right into traffic. We're in North Peters, Canal North Peters. We got 1, 2, 3, about 4 more blocks to go, and then we'll make a right on Carondelet, and then Carondelet turns to Bourbon. It's Carondelet on our left and Bourbon on our right. So if we would have stood on Carondelet and went straight down, it would have turned to Bourbon. I think that's where the majority of the nightlife happens at. We got a business on our left called Pinkberry. Alright, so let's merge to our right lane because we're gonna have to make a right anyway. We don't want to do it last minute. We're at Decatur. On our right is also the French Quarter. So there's a huge list of notable people who came from New Orleans, from academia to architecture, arts and literature, business and economics, cuisine, crime, fictional, film and television, journalism, law, policy and military, math, science and invention, music, religion, sports, and other people. We'll go over some music names. You got August Alsina, who's a singer and songwriter. You got Phil Anselmo, who's a musician. You got Lou Armstrong, musician and entertainer. You got BG, who's a rapper. You got Baby Boy the Prince, who's a rapper. You got Akil Baquette, who's a musician. George Baquette, who's a musician. You got Paul Barberin, who's also a musician and composer. We're passing the Marriott Hotel on my right hand side. Passing Chartres. Give me a second, I'm on the main road and I want to make sure that I'm focused on my environment. Ouch, a little rough. Passing Royal. Yeah, the buildings, you look at the buildings on my left and on my right, the buildings, the architecture is gorgeous. Let's make this right on Bourbon. Yeah, we passed Bourbon earlier. It looks like we got a valet driver right here. He's giving the keys back to the vehicle owner. See him right there? That's the valet, or valet, as you can say. All right, let's make this right-hand turn on Bourbon. Bourbon looks like it has the street do not cross gates on the side, I guess because they probably close it off for events and whatnot. Hopefully it's not closed off. Dave Bartholomew, Dave Bartholomew, who's a musician and composer and promoter. Let's make this right-hand turn on Bourbon. Ah, there you go. So we're on Bourbon Street, guys. We got the Hustler, Hollywood on my right-hand side. We got a lot of beautiful architecture, a lot of beautiful buildings. The Bourbon House on my right, Hard Rock Cafe on my left. Let's make a complete stop here. We got businesses all along the left and all along the right on the side blocks. Mango, daiquiris on our left. Authentic cuisine on our left. Felix's Restaurant Oysters on our right. Big Easy Daiquiris Pizza by the Slice on the right. The Bourbon Street Drinkery on our left. Larry Flint's Hustler Club on our left. The beach. Bourbon Cowboy on our left. We got Royal Sonesta New Orleans on our right hand side. We got Arnaud's since 1918 restaurant on our left hand side. I hear music. They have an outdoor eatery on my left where people were jamming and making a live show. Passing Prohibition, huge ass beers on our left. That's what it's called. We got two people right here walking with some drinks in their hand. We got several dozen businesses on our left hand side with beautiful signage. Willie's Chicken, Mambo's Restaurant and Rooftop Bar, Hideout Bar, Hustlers Barely Legal Club. They got a lot of Hustlers clubs. Kama Sutra Cabaret, the Tropical Isle, Bandstand. We had a tricycle just drive by us carrying pedestrians. We got Big Easy's Pizza by the Slice, again, another Pizza by the Slice. A lot of daiquiris. Chris Owens Club on our right. We got two young females right here. I don't know if they just graduated, school or something. They had some type of, they had Mardi Gras beads, didn't they? I could have sworn they had beads around their neck too. Cigars, Little Habana Cigars, or La Habana. Fuego Bourbon, Taco Fuego. They got something called Funky 54 where these guys are working out front. Passing Slush, Daiquiris, Pizza. We got Bourbon Street House on our left. Boogie Woogie on our left hand side. Spirit of Bourbon. Got a gentleman pushing a wheelchair with a bunch of random things on his wheelchair. Happy Hookah Lounge on our left. Couple just came out of it. Fat Tuesday on our left. My Bar Tickler on our left. Mason Bourbon dedicated to the reservation or preservation of jazz. And all along these side blocks, there's tons of businesses and parlors and shops. So as we're driving, and we pass this block right here, if I look up the block, there's a bunch of other little businesses, which could be bars, probably eateries, clubs, things of that nature. Look at the second floor balconies. You see they have the second floor balconies going on here too? That's cool. There actually isn't no stop signs at every corner, but I'm stopping just out of habit. Yeah, so Bourbon Street seems to be like where all the life happens at, nightlife. It's vibrant, it's colorful, the architecture's nice. It's early in the day too, so I can imagine like at nighttime or like on the weekend during the warm season, how packed this. Yo, look at this little car on my right. See the little pink car? That's pretty neat. I guess they do tours with that maybe. Looks like we're coming down to the end of Bourbon. But there's a lot of architecture all around here. A lot of beautiful, beautiful architecture, guys. We got Jezebel's on our left. Jezebel. And we got more second floor balconies. I'm gonna allow this guy to go. Even though that they had the stop sign and we didn't. I gave them the right of way. Look at the detail to these buildings. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, we just reached our 1 hour mark. If you're new to the channel, I try to keep these tours at 1 hour long for viewer retention and file management purposes. We did not cover the entire city of New Orleans once again. It's near impossible to do it within 1 hour, but I like to use vehicles such as this car as a tool to cover more square miles within the hour. If I did a walking tour within an hour, you guys would have saw a lot less. So, you know, you guys got a chance to see. We jumped around a little bit, but I think we saw some pretty interesting things that I have not seen. New Orleans, the city itself, the downtown area looks cool. Looks like it has a lot of potential. Looks neat. Looks like it has a lot of eateries, a lot of restaurants, bars, probably like entertainment, things of entertainment. Looks cool. With that being said, please consider subscribing, hitting that thumbs up button, showing some love. Let me know your thoughts if you've ever been here, if you have any knowledge about the area. If you know how to say any of those streets that I mispronounced, feel free to help us out. This is your homeboy Tune, Mr. Tune Dollars, Tune 215, Tune be chillin'. Y'all know, Tune Califragilisticexpialidocious. Right now, you could call me New Orleans Tune or Louisiana Tune, whichever one you prefer. This is your homeboy Tune, and I'm tuning out.